Hi, I'm Gareth Thomas and I'm here with Tackle HIV, and we are very lucky today to be here with a very special guest of mine and a really strong advocate for the HIV community, and that's Harry. Hello bud, how you doing?
Hello, bud. How you doing?
I'm good, thanks man. You alright?
Yeah, very well. Nice to see you. Looking strong, looking healthy. You've
Mate,
al- you've
mate.
always got you've always got a smile on your face. Everyone loves
I
it about you.
try, but I try.
And that's what I felt when I tested myself was like, look, I I know that I'm not in that risk group. However, if me getting tested is going to make it easier for other people to be tested, also from outside of risk groups, then surely the people that were within those risk groups will feel more comfortable to be tested. So
Mm.
therefore, every single one of us has a duty, or at least an opportunity, to get tested ourselves to make it easier for everybody else to get tested. And then it just becomes a regular thing like anything else. But if we're not getting tested and we're like, oh, HIV, that's not that. How could that possibly affect me? That's affecting, people over there. And it's like, no, it could affect you. But even
Uh,
if you're absolutely convinced that it won't, do you want it? You should probably get tested because then at least you know your status. That to me was the biggest sort of turning point for me, was like, just know your status. If you don't know your status, why would you not want to know your status?
yeah.
I think once you get to meet people and you see the suffering around the world, I certainly can't turn my back on that. Then add in the fact that my mum's work was unfinished. I feel obligated to try and continue that as much as possible. I could never, fill her shoes, especially in this particular space, but because of what she did and what she stood for and how vocal she was about this issue. But it's the converging of all these different pieces, what the work that she was doing, trying to continue that, try to finish the job, right? But
Mm.
also once you've met so many people, heard people's stories, seen the suffering, especially in Lesotho and Botswana where I've seen it most.
Mm.
um there is a way out of it, and if there's a way out of it and we know there's a solution, I'm like a typical guy, I just want to help fix things.
Yeah.
So I
Mm.
think what my mum did and what so many other people did at that time was to smash that wall down, to kick the door open and say, no, when people are suffering, then we need to learn more. And if there's stigma that's playing such a large part of it, then what we really need to do is talk about it more. And that kind of makes people feel a little bit, I guess, uncomfortable to start with. But
Mm.
stigma thrives on silence. We know that. So
Yeah.
there's always going to be people or groups or other organizations who may have agendas to try and keep this out of conversation. But what my mum started all those years ago was creating empathy and understanding, but also curiosity. And I think that was
Yeah.
really powerful, to be able to create that curiosity of, hang on, we know nothing about this virus. Can we at least learn some more rather than be so critical and so judgmental right from the beginning? So in that respect, I've seen huge change. People are able and happy to talk about HIV so much more openly, but the stigma still exists, and therefore the testing is still a problem. We can't just have this incremental increase in knowledge. There has to be real change so that we, as our generation, though you are way older than me, so we're definitely in a different generation. But
But
our
I got bigger
generation,
guns than you. I got bigger guns
oh,
than you,
bigger
bud.
guns. But the fact is, like, we need to be the last generation to to be confronting this the way that we are. I think we have
Yeah.
to try and get over that. And it's, look, man, I really struggle with the amount of sort of global issues that occur, and when we have an opportunity, because of the amount of work, effort, and funding that's been put into finding the solution, that we don't finish the job. We have
Uh,
to finish the job, and the impact that will have across the world. It's like, then everyone can give themselves a pat on the back, and then I would feel a huge sense of pride that my mum and so many of her generation started something incredible, which already is down in the history books.
that testing is really important, because the sooner the diagnosis,
Yeah,
then you have better long-term health. So the sooner you find out if you're negative, or the sooner you find out if you're positive, then the sooner you can start treatment. If you leave it too late, then it
yeah,
can have circumstances that are irreplaceable, irreparable.